Hey everybody, it's Nicole from Moxie, and I wanted to hop on here today and talk to you about my daily supplement routine. So this is not going to be a quick video by any means, because my supplement routine is a little crazy. There's quite a bit to it. But if you're here because you have cancer, you know that cancer is a full-time thing. When you're trying to heal yourself, it it takes a crazy amount of time. And especially if you haven't had something like the RGCC test that tells you specifically which compounds or which substances will eradicate your cancer, then you're kind of taking a guess. And that's where I'm at, because if you've not heard of the RGCC test, or is it RG, or is it RCGG? Whatever it is, it's called the Greek test. And if you haven't heard of it, it's out of Greece. They take your blood and they isolate the cancer cells, and then they test it against all these substances, like different kinds of chemotherapy, different natural substances, things like frankincense and turmeric, things like that. And then they figure out which substances are doing the best to get rid of your cancer, to kill your cancer. But it's really expensive, and it's not offered. You can't use your insurance to get it, and it's very expensive. So I didn't have the funds to fork out for it. It's about $2,500 to $3,000. So I'm just kind of I started guessing. And I shouldn't say guessing, I started researching. When I first was diagnosed with breast cancer in August of 2017, I went into research mode. I freaked out and totally just started every scholarly article that I could find that gave me an idea of what might increase my survival rate. I started taking notes. And for the first probably month and a half, that's all I did. That's all I did. Just lots of notes. My degree is in business and psychology, and research methods and statistics were two of my favorite classes. I'm a green personality, if you're familiar with Jacob Adamo's color personality theories. I'm the research data stats person. That's what I love. So I want the information behind it. So that's what I started doing. And this is all the result of what I found. Now, with that being said, a couple disclaimers. The first one is anything that I mention, it is your responsibility to go to your oncologist and say, what do you think about this? What do you think about, what's your thoughts on vitamin D3? What's your thoughts on, what's another one? Turmeric. And see what they have to say. See if now some of them may come back and say, I have no idea, because a lot of MDs have no nutritional like classes or anything that they took in college, or they had one. So they may not have a very good background with it, and they may send you to a dietitian, or they may be like, nope, that's great, 100% on board. Whatever it is, it's your responsibility to do that, because I'm not a doctor. I'm just somebody who did a bunch of research. So number one, your responsibility, make sure anything that you take is okayed by your physician. And the reason being is some things interact with different kinds of chemotherapy. Mine, everything that I did, I okayed by my medical oncologist. The second thing is that a lot of the supplements that I take are Young Living supplements. And if you've never heard of Young Living, they're better known as an essential oil company. But over the years, in the 20 plus years, 25, something like that, years they've been in business, they've really transitioned into a health and wellness company. So they sell a lot of supplements. And when I first started with Young Living 3 years ago, it took me a little while, but then I slowly started getting into the supplements. But after my diagnosis, I went all in, because I had a lot of the supplements already in my cupboard, and I'd been taking them not every day, but every other day or sporadically. Now, 2 years ago, I decided to become a distributor. I decided to make Young Living a business. So I have a team underneath me. My team's awesome, full of cancer survivors, people currently trying to heal their cancer, people that are into health and wellness overall. So we have this great community. But with that being said, excuse me, the products that I mentioned, I use them because first, I know how they're sourced. I know where they come from. I know all about them. That's what I've been talking to people about for the last 2 years. But then second, it's also because I get a portion of what I spend back. I'm on this thing called Essential Rewards, where monthly I order a whole bunch of supplements, normally around $300 worth of that and some other things that we use around our house. And then because I've been on the Essential Rewards program for a couple of years, I get 25% back. So I place a $300 order, I get $75 basically back to spend on other things that I need. I don't know about you, but Amazon does not do that for me. The most I get back from them is 5%. And that's if I use their dang credit card, and that's just a pain. So that's why I buy most of my supplements from them. Whenever I do go through a supplement, I'll tell you what it is that's in it. That's why I'm taking it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I take in the morning, we get up. I have 2 boys that are 8.5 and 6. And while I'm sitting there making their breakfast, I start off with, we've got a Berkey water filter, which I'm not going to go into that one right now. That's a whole different video. But it's a water filter that sits out. So I get some room temperature water from the Berkey, and I squeeze in half a lemon and a pinch of cayenne pepper. And then any essential oils, I kind of put in some pink Himalayan sea salt and add the oils, but that's an iffy thing. Splash of apple cider vinegar. And then I add in this supplement called Mineral Essence. So this is a bunch of trace minerals, things like lithium and boron and things that you definitely need, but that you don't get a whole lot of. I will tell you, this tastes awful. Oh, awful. But I put 2 dropperfuls in and then do it as a shot. And with that, with the lemon juice and whatnot, it helps you start off getting your body a little bit more alkaline versus acidic. Because when you eat a lot of animal products and whatnot, your body tends to go the more acidic route, and you want your body to be more alkaline. Cancer doesn't really care for that a whole lot, supposedly. You get varying reports on that one. I've read data on both sides. So then while I'm doing, after I've done that, and I chase it with something, I get some green juice. Normally I'll just take a sip of green juice, and I'll start taking my supplements. So the very first one that I grab is one of my favorites that I've taken. This one I've taken every day for years now, but it's called Essentialzyme. And if you're familiar with Young Living, not Essentialzyme 4, but the original Essentialzyme. So this is a pancreatic support supplement. It really helps with immune function, but it just really helps your pancreas, and hopefully you know what your pancreas does. It's got bromelain in it. That's something you might want to look up. But this one's really good. I've, like I said, taken that for a long time. The next one that I take is called OmegaGize. So this is your fish oil, your CoQ10, your omega-3s. It's got also got vitamin D and vitamin E. And the nice thing about this one is that they source it. Young Living sources it from farmed tilapia, because number one, tilapia is a sustainable fish, and farmed because they don't want the heavy metal contamination in it. So that's where this comes from. It's a great supplement. I take 2 to 4, just kind of depends on the day, because this one's not cheap. This one is not cheap. Next one I take is not a Young Living supplement, and this is for my breast cancer gals out there that got to go through early menopause because of either chemo or they removed their ovaries or whatever. This one's called Myomin. I got this off of Amazon. 2-month supply, but this helps with hot flashes. Helps process a bunch of that excess estrogen out of your body. Then the next one, love this one. This one I took pretty regularly beforehand too. Inner Defense. So Inner Defense is basically thieves plus oregano and thyme in some suspended in some coconut oil. So it looks like, hold on, I'll show you. So it looks like this. It's just a liquidy, kind of soft gel capsule. That is to help your immune system. And of course, especially if you've got cancer, obviously immune system super needs help all the time. But if you're doing chemo, super, super important to keep your immune system strong. Next one. And this one was really, really interesting. So before, I was taking a whole bunch of vitamin C. And then I ran across a study, well, not a study, but lots of research that said you need to be taking somewhere between 100 and 180 milligrams of vitamin C a day in supplement form. And that's because your body, it's a water-soluble vitamin, and your body can only absorb up to about 180 milligrams. So this is 150 milligrams, and it's got essential oils in it, so it helps. It's got all the citrus essential oils. But this one makes it so that your body absorbs about 80 to 90% of the vitamin C, versus when you're taking this super high dose vitamin C, your body absorbs 50% or less of it. And vitamin C, look up vitamin C, because some people get infusions of vitamin C. It's a super powerful remedy. So look that one up. Then the next one that I take is another super complex, and it's Super B. This was when my oncologist said, okay, what are you taking for B vitamins? Because these are extremely important during this time. And this one's got B2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, if those are all of those, 12 and 16, I think. It's got all the big guns, especially, I think it's vitamin B6 and B12 that are the two big important ones. But these smell horrible. Don't let them touch any part of your mouth because they taste horrible too. Just saying. There's two little yellow, I don't even know what it's in them that makes them stink so bad, but these little yellow tablets. Oh, yuck. Then the next one that I take is another one. This one is totally not necessary. This one doesn't have a whole ton of really solid science behind it, but it's got bee pollen, choline, and spirulina. Look those up, see why they're important. I take a couple of these a day. I think the serving is 3. Yeah, the serving's 3. There's a little over a month's supply in here. This one's a sporadic one. It just kind of depends on what I've been getting in my diet. If I've been eating lots of leafy greens, then I don't take it as often. Next, turmeric. Super important. Big gun right here. This one I get at Costco. I want to say, so it's 2 months supply at 60 servings, and it's 25 bucks. So not bad at all. It's got the black pepper in it because to make the curcumin, which is in turmeric, to make that bioavailable so that your body can absorb it, you need black pepper. So if you decide to go with another turmeric supplement, make sure it has black pepper because you need the pepine. Yeah, pepine for it. And then I also take this one. So this one's called Digest and Cleanse. It has a nighttime brother called ComforTone. And the reason these two are important is because when you're going through chemotherapy, either you're going to the bathroom too much or not enough. If your body's leaning towards the not enough, which mine, I was out of this, and it started leaning towards the not enough category, and it was not very much fun. This helps keep things very smooth. Very important, very smooth. You want everything very smooth. So I take one of these in the morning and a ComforTone at night. And then the other one, so this is just a chemotherapy drug, and it may not pertain to everybody. This pertains to me because now, like I said, you can go back to the diagnosis video and learn all about, my whole breast cancer diagnosis and everything. But because I am on the Taxol/Abraxane, I take Abraxane, that's my infusion. It tends to cause peripheral neuropathy in people, which if you're not familiar with what peripheral neuropathy is, it's when you get like the tingling in your hands and feet, and it's very painful, and it can be permanent. So I had found a new study And I approached my medical oncologist and said, "Hey, I read this. What do you think about it?" It was before my infusions began, and he was like, "Oh my goodness, yes, we just wrote up a big paper about this to give to our patients. Absolutely, make sure that you're taking that. Make sure that you're taking L-glutamine." So this L-glutamine supplement I get off of Amazon. It's 1,000 milligram capsules. It's 2 months worth. I forget how much it is, but I'll link to it. And so I take my infusion days on Monday. So I take one Saturday, one Sunday, two on Monday. So one before my infusion and one after. And then I take one Tuesday and Wednesday. You can take them the whole week. There's plenty of them in there. This bottle will last longer than my infusions will. But hey, I'll just pass them along to somebody. Excuse me. So I take this one, and I take, what did I say? I just take one because that's 1,000 milligrams. I also take with it, this is called Aminowise. It also has L-glutamine, but this one was made, so it's a powder. Oh, this one's not open, I forget. And it tastes lemon, like lemon and lime. You put it in water. And this one also has L-glutamine, but this is and it's got vitamin E, which is really important. Look up vitamin E. It's got some calcium, magnesium, zinc, sodium, and potassium. But this is and it's got branched chain amino acids, things that your body needs when it's recovering, right? So this is part of my detox protocol, but I kind of put it as it's a pre-med for me too. So I do this. I drink this in 8 ounces of water the 2 days before, the day of, the 2 days after too. I really like that one. The last thing that I do in the morning, well, there's two things. One is I pretty much gave up coffee, because coffee without creamer stinks. And that's on the diet video if you're wondering about how to change your diet. But dairy for us estrogen, progesterone positive gals, not a good thing. Too many hormones. With it being, too many hormones, because what's the purpose of dairy, of cow milk? It's to fatten baby cows, y'all. So yes, there are hormones even if it's organic. That's why you should limit your dairy severely. But coffee without creamer was just not much fun for me. So every morning I make a matcha green tea latte. If you're not familiar with matcha, probably everybody's heard of green tea. Green tea in tea bags. You pour the hot water over them, you take the tea bag out. Well, with this, instead of being the tea leaves in a tea bag, they grind up the young green tea leaves, and that's what's in here. That's what matcha powder is. So this is a very pure matcha powder. There's nothing else in it but matcha, I'm pretty sure. I remember looking at it, and that was all that was in it. I don't see where it is right now, but half a teaspoon. It says there's 300 servings in here. This is $22 at Costco roughly. And this I make like this combination of coconut milk, coconut cream, some essential oils like orange, nutmeg, clove, and cinnamon. And I put that in a shaker bottle, and then when I'm making it, I heat it up on the stove with some almond milk and put a half a teaspoon in, and that's my morning coffee. The reason this is important, EGCG. You want to look that up? Amazing. So I have 1 to 2 of these a day. And then I also do a morning smoothie where I put, oh, there it is. Ooh, hold on. Let's grab it. Either the Balance Complete, because this is a meal replacement shake. I put some of this in there, or the vanilla spice protein powder. Then a bunch of berries, because berries are amazing. You want to look at berries. Yeah. And a handful of Costco's Power Greens, which has got kale and spinach and a bunch of really good stuff. And then I also put in a scoopful of this amla fruit powder, because this is super high in antioxidants as well, and really high in vitamin C. The ORAC scale is like almost 12,000 on this. And this stuff is organic, and it doesn't really have much of a taste. Now, if I'm detoxing after chemo, I also add in a scoop of this, and this just is dirty. This amazing grass, this green superfood. Oh, it's not the best tasting stuff, but it's powerful. It's got a whole bunch of really awesome things. And I think you can get this at Sprouts. I got it through Amazing Grass's Instagram page, but really good stuff. It just doesn't taste all that great. And that's part of my detox routine, which again is a different video. And then throughout the day, just kind of depends. If I'm feeling like I need a little extra something, I take, let's do it this way, Agiles. This has got frankincense resin in it, as well as ashwagandha, turmeric, black pepper. It's got collagen. It's got, it's got one other thing. Oh, glucosamine. Because something's settling your knees, like chemo will settle in your knees. And this helps with that. I also take in a capsule, because I am from the French aromatherapy school of thought, to where you can ingest oils. And I only use Young Living oils, but orange and Copaiba. You definitely want to look up orange in cancer. And Copaiba because the beta caryophyllene. So look that one up. I'll put what to look up in the comments. Now with Young Living, they have, I use a lot of oils topically and a lot of oils aromatically, especially emotional support oils. But Young Living, it's really nice because they have this, the FDA came down and said, hey, by the way, you can't have oils that say that they're topical and aromatic and also dietary. Like all these white labels are labeled as generally regarded as safe, the GRAS designation from the FDA. But the oil that's in these two bottles, they're both Copaiba, same exact oil. Just so you know. Excuse me. I need a drink. So don't you love this? Isn't this the cutest little label? It says Fight On. There's a shop on Etsy. She does, it's called The Love Letter. She also did these cute little labels for my roller bottles that I'll talk about in another video, but she does labels and stuff. It's awesome. The Love Letter. So yeah, I'll put those in a capsule, and I really like these ones from aromaready.com because they're a little bit thicker walls to them, so they get to your small intestine versus just getting gobbled up in the stomach acid. And B6 or olive oil, one of the two in a capsule with those oils, and I put about 5 drops each. So then my nighttime routine. So we mentioned the latte in the morning with the little combination of the coconut cream and all that stuff, the almond milk. At night, I use that same base and I mix it with ashwagandha root powder. So this is to help your adrenals, which your adrenals are responsible for cortisol and all kinds of like your like stress and settling down. This just helps chill you out at night. So I put half a teaspoon in there. I want to say this bag was $11 on Amazon. I'll link to it. And I also put, this is organic turmeric from Sprouts. I get mine in the bulk section. You can buy it from wherever. Just make sure it's organic. And I'll put a tablespoon of this plus a quarter teaspoon of black pepper because you need the pepine for the curcumin to actually do its job. And then a little either agave syrup or some maple syrup because that ashwagandha root, they say it tastes horsey. It's their nice way of saying it kind of tastes like dirt. But instead of getting all excited about my latte or, instead of getting all excited about my cocktail that I used to have before I got breast cancer, I now get excited about that. And that signals my brain that, okay, it's time for me to start settling down. It's going to be sleep time here soon. And that's when I start, right before bed, I start digging into my nighttime supplements. So the first one that I take, we mentioned, was the ComforTone because poop, there it is. One of the other ones that I take is the Super Cal Plus. Love this. The Young Living has 3. I love that the light in here is weird. Has 3 calcium supplements, but this is the one that's got not only calcium, but it's also got vitamin D3, which we talked about vitamin D3, I believe. I don't know, I've done this video a few times, so maybe if we didn't, check out vitamin D3. It's also got vitamin K, which is very important, and then it's got magnesium. And they get these trace minerals from this red algae off the coast of Iceland, and whatever it is, this combination makes it super awesome for bones. I mean, vitamin D3, you need that so much anyway, and your 15 minutes of sunshine every day, but that's why I decided to take this one versus some of the others. So then the next one I take is not it's not a Young Living one. And I'd heard about this in one of the groups that I was in, like I think it's Conscious Cancer Collective or something on Facebook. One of the girls had talked about this 5 Defenders, and the Real Mushrooms is the brand name, and then this is the 5 Defenders supplement. So it's got chaga, maitake, reishi, shiitake, and turkey tail mushroom extract. One of my oncology nurses, there was 1 week that my counts were a little low. Not super low, but they're like, hey, if they get any lower, these next few however many points, then you won't be able to get treatment and infusion next time. So she said, hey, you might want to add in, I know you take a lot of supplements, you might want to add in turkey tail. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have that. I just haven't been taking it because I hadn't found enough data. And she's like, oh, it's really awesome for helping support your immune system and to get your white blood cell count up. That's why I grabbed that one. So this one's a 45-day supply. It's not cheap. It's a $30-some supplement, but it's amazing. It's a really good one. The next one, and it works. I'm just going to say that. My counts have not been too low for me ever not to get infusions. Another reason why on that in a minute. Another one that I take, Cayenne. A couple of these. These are 500 milligrams. Oh, maybe I only take one. It's only one. I've been taking 2. Lots of Cayenne in my life. Look that one up. Another one, the Life 9 probiotic supplement. About 80% of your immune system's in your gut, and your gut needs some healthy bacteria to keep everything in balance. Sometimes you don't get it. So make sure that you have something in there that does get it for you. Seems like I'm missing one. Oh, I am. This one, the big gun. Sulfurzyme. Look up MSM, and you'll see why I take this one, especially during chemo. It's awesome. And this bottle's huge. There's 150, because this one's not cheap either. This one's like a $60 bottle, but there's 150 servings in it. So when you tab it out, especially if you're on an Essential Rewards program where you're getting points back, that's when I use my points, is when I need a bottle of that. And then the other one that I'll take at night if I'm going through detox, and I'll talk about this more in the detox video, is Detoxzyme. It's got cumin in it. Super good. And the last ones that I take at night are melatonin. So I just have I had this in the cupboard. I've ordered another brand, but find a melatonin that's right for you. This one's 10 milligrams, so I take one of those. Plus I take this one, which is called ImmuPro. So this one's got calcium, zinc, selenium. Selenium is really important, and I talk about that when I go through the nutritional video. But it's also got copper, and then it's got raspberry fruit powder, wolfberry, which is the goji berry. Look up goji berry and breast cancer. Yeah. Strawberry powder, and then it's got reishi and maitake mushrooms. Plus it's got just, I don't know which mushroom fruit that powder that is, but it's also got some more melatonin in it. So this is an immune support one. And then last but not least, this is not one that I'm taking right now. Actually, there's a couple. Oh, wait a minute. This one. Juvatone. This is a detox one. This one's got things like milk thistle. This one is a liver support. So during detox, that one's a good one. One more. This one I take if I'm eating like more meat than I normally eat. I went vegan after my diagnosis. I lost way too much weight. I lost 15 pounds. I didn't have 15 pounds to lose. And excess estrogen is stored in your fat, which, I mean, granted, I lost all my fat, but whew, I had to add some meat back in. So this just helps your body. It's a it's a little dual pack thing. You take one on each side before you eat a meal, and it helps your body. It's just got digestive enzymes in it, and it helps your body break that down. But like I said, all the help you can give your body, that's a good thing. And then the other one that I'm not currently taking that I was taking before is Berberine. The reason I'm not taking this is because it reacts. It makes your Taxol or your Abraxane or, paclitaxel, Taxotere, whatever in that family, it makes it less effective. So if you're on that, don't take it. But if you're not on that chemo routine, this one's a really good one to have. Look up Berberine. Because on the bottle it says weight management, gastrointestinal support, cardiac support, immune support. Good one. Okay, last but not least, my absolute favorite supplement. if my oncologist today said, okay, you can't take any of your supplements but one, this would be the one that I do. And it's called Ningxia Red. So this is a food-based supplement. This is all fruit juice and puree, but it's the Ningxia wolfberry. There used to be a province in China called Ningxia, and in that province where they grew the goji berry or wolfberry, seemed like there was a really high proportion of people that were living to be past 100. So that's where we work with farms. Young Living works with farms in that area to grow this wolfberry. So it's that puree, and then it's got plum, pomegranate, blueberry, aronia, and cherry juice. Plus it's got a bunch of essential oils like yuzu, and this got grapeseed extract, yuzu, tangerine, lemon, and orange essential oils in it. So it's got a super, super high antioxidant rating. The ORAC scale, which rates it, super high, even higher than this amla powder. And the nice thing about it is you only take an ounce a day. Now, I was taking an ounce a day before, so I would take an ounce in the morning when I was going making breakfast for the boys. My boys drink this too. This is kid friendly. Like we said, antioxidant support, which is immune system support. And I would take it with a tablespoon of this. You can't really see it because the light is all funky right now. This Mindwise, which has got Sacha Inchi seed oil. It's got bioidentical CoQ10. Plus it's got like vitamin E and a whole bunch of crazy stuff in it. Alcar, turmeric, black pepper, all that good stuff. So brain health, cognitive, I would take it with that. But then when I got my diagnosis, I upped my dosage to about 4 to 5 ounces a day. So I take one in the morning, an ounce in the morning, and then throughout the day, I love to drink these lime LaCroix. You can buy these at Costco. You can buy them pretty much anywhere nowadays. They're kind of the hot thing. I prefer the lime. People like the berry, grapefruit, lemon, whatever. You do you. And I'll put an ounce in there. And then at night, I drink this with I'll do an ounce with, especially with my probiotic. And throughout my chemo treatments, I've felt really good. And this is the only one that, I made a substantial change. Everything else, like I said, other than the turkey tail, I wasn't taking just a turmeric one before. Everything else, and Myomin. Like any of the, and I also take a supplement. I'm sorry. Let me go back. The one I'm missing because I'm out is called DIM, D-I-M. That's also an estrogen. It helps you flush out excess estrogen. I didn't want to forget that one. But this was the only thing that I really severely upped. I felt that it helped me so much. My team pitched in and helped me buy enough of this Ningxia to get me through my treatment. So I attribute a lot to this. I think this is a really super, super important one because when your body is fighting something off, it's kicking off all these free radicals, which if you're not familiar with antioxidants go after the free radicals in your body. Free radicals do a lot of damage. And that's why I drink that. So this one now, real quick, I don't normally talk about Young Living in these videos just because I'm not here to sell people that have got cancer anything. Trust me. I have more than enough people that want essential oils. But this is a really important thing. There's a lot here, and I hope that you learned something or that you found something that you're like, I want to try that after you do some research. But if for some reason you like the sound of the Ningxia, which that's another one. Antioxidants do react with some form. I know there's one. One of the girls I know is on it too. And I forget which chemotherapy it is, but there is a chemotherapy out there that they say do not do antioxidants. But if for some reason you're like, okay, I need that, they do have a starter kit that has 2 bottles of this. It has 30 single serve packages, which 30 of those packages, that's actually, those packages, each of the little single serve packs is 2 ounces. So that's a big, huge portion. And then it comes with a box of this stuff called nitro. And the nitro is, the nitro's like that crappy stuff you can buy at the convenience store that's supposed to give you a burst of energy. And that they got busted by the FDA because it came back that said that no, that it wasn't really working. So it's got a box of 14 of those, which, hey, if you need a little extra boost when you're, going through chemo, that's a great way to do it. But it comes with that. It's $170 for the starter pack. Get you your membership into Young Living. After that, you pay the wholesale price. And if you join through my link that I'll put in the comments, it's yl.pe/35gh, then I give you $25 back. All you have to do, send me an email or a message that says, hey, I joined your team and I bought the Ningxia Red package, or I bought an essential oil pack, or whatever starter kit is that you choose. Besides the basic, it's got to be a premium starter kit. Then I give you $25 back. That's my way of saying thanks. And you get an awesome team. You get to be part of our group. You can buy anything at the wholesale price versus the retail. And you've got a membership for life. As long as you spend $50 a year, you're a member of Young Living. So if that interests you, definitely hop on board. Then you can get all the supplements at the wholesale price, and you're set. Now, and that's only if you join through my link, just so we know that. I think that's it for now. I know every time I'm like, oh my gosh, I've totally forgot about this supplement, or I totally forgot about that. I'll probably get to a lot of it in either the detox video or the nutrition video, or what was the other one I was going to do? Detox, nutrition, my little latte video, one of those. So if you have any questions, you've just sat here for 37 minutes. Holy cow, y'all, this is the longest one I've done out of the however many I have. I am so sorry. There's just a lot to cover. So if you have any questions, like I said, go ahead and drop me a note. You can leave your email in the comments or whatnot. You can go to my website, mommymoxie.com, and contact me through the contact page. I just don't want to be throwing my email out there for every spammer in the universe to find. So thank you so much for watching. Take care. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.